Hey everybody, it's Andrew Hutchings here. Maybe if I stand in the light some more, it'll look better, but that means I gotta talk even louder for you to hear me. And I'm still not a doctor, still never giving medical advice, just consolidating medical information, putting it all in one place along with my opinion. And this video is about how ADHD medications affect your bodybuilding or physique building pursuits. So common ADHD medications are Adderall and Ritalin. There are others, but they all basically have the same ingredients. The ones that have different drugs in them, different actual ingredients, not just different preparations of the same ingredients, those medications don't work. Yep, I said it. Now, I'm not saying they all don't work, because there are some other designer stimulants, or whatever you'd call them when they're legal and made by pharmaceutical companies. But the non-stimulant ADHD medications, well, that's just nonsense. But that's not the topic of this video. So, the ones that actually work have amphetamine or methylphenidate in them. Technically, you can get methamphetamine prescribed for ADHD. Technically, you can get Piperdrol prescribed for ADHD. Are they prescribed though? No, so I'm not going to talk about them. The two medications that work and are prescribed are amphetamine and methylphenidate. So let's break down amphetamine first. Amphetamine has two isomers, dextroamphetamine and levoamphetamine. The dextroamphetamine is going to give you your mental stimulation, dopamine, some norepinephrine, but mostly dopamine in the brain, in the central nervous system. It's going to enhance your mind-muscle connection. It's going to enhance the flow of thoughts, enhance the responsiveness. That's kind of mind-muscle connection. The levoamphetamine is going to crank up the norepinephrine a lot, really affect your peripheral nervous system. So that is going to give you stronger muscle contractions and also better mind-muscle connection, but it's different. It's going to increase your heart rate, your blood pressure, decrease appetite, and increase cortisol. A very catabolic hormone. So that means breaking down more muscle. Maybe not a lot, but still doing that. So that's something to keep in mind. Adderall has 25% levoamphetamine. Because of it, you can also get pure dextroamphetamine prescribed, which is dexedrine, or in a different preparation. Basically, it's a prodrug. It would be Vyvanse or Vivance, however it's prescribed. That turns into dextroamphetamine in your body. A problem with these ADHD medications is they may not cause enough focus and alertness. They help the flow of thoughts, but because they lack that jolt from the levoamphetamine, which causes the peripheral stimulation and lots of norepinephrine, it could be more of a unfocused flow of thoughts, whereas the adrenaline basically is going to cause more of the narrow-visioned focus and attention. But yeah, you're not watching this video to learn about ADHD. You are, but that wasn't the idea of this video, is to tell you which ones are best for bodybuilding, but maybe I'll retitle the video. I haven't given it a title yet. So yes, the Adderall, which is the common medication, has 75% dextroamphetamine, 25% levoamphetamine. The levoamphetamine is going to lead to a little bit of muscle breakdown, but for ADHD, you should not be taking that much amphetamine in total in your pills, and only 25% of that is levoamphetamine, but it's still significant, because if it wasn't, your medication would not be effective. So that's something to keep in mind, that there is a significant amount of levoamphetamine in there, and levoamphetamine increases cortisol, and cortisol increases muscle breakdown. So the other medications like Ritalin or Concerta Ritalin is racemic methylphenidate, whereas Concerta is time-released dextromethylphenidate. No, sorry, Focalin. Concerta, I think, is time-released racemic. Focalin is the time-release dextromethylphenidate, and I think there's probably instant-release Focalin too, but I'm not sure. But the thing about the methylphenidate is it has not been shown to increase cortisol. It works differently than amphetamine. I mean, that's a given if it doesn't increase cortisol, and we just said amphetamine does, so it must work differently. Because if something works exactly the same as something else, it has the same results. Obviously, it works differently because it has different results. It's not that it works, it's that it interacts differently with the human body, elicits different responses. So the methylphenidate has not been shown to increase cortisol. Now, as far as I haven't actually looked, but I do not know that if there are studies showing whether or not it increases catabolism through some other pathway. However, if it does, it's safe to assume that amphetamine would also promote catabolism through that pathway, because amphetamine has a lot of overlap with what methylphenidate does, but it does more also. Can't think of the best analogy for it, but yeah. Amphetamine does block the reuptake. Well, I think it's through a little bit different mechanism, but it leads to a similar block of the reuptake, which is what the methylphenidate does. So, to get to the point, I mean, I already got to the point, but yes, methylphenidate has less catabolic activity than amphetamine. And if you're into bodybuilding and building your muscles bigger, not smaller, you don't want catabolic activity. So methylphenidate would be a better choice. However, ultimately, the better choice is the one that allows you to function better in life. So if Adderall works for you, and methylphenidate, Ritalin, does not, well then you're probably going to have to go with the Adderall, because you can't let your whole life fall apart just because you want to get a little bit better gains in the gym. But assuming they both work for you and help you with your ADHD, if you really want that little bit of extra, I mean, it's not a little bit extra, but if you don't want that little bit of detrimental effects, then go with the Ritalin, the methylphenidate. Or go with pure dextroamphetamine. However, that may also increase cortisol. I have not looked into that specifically, but it's certainly going to be less catabolic than the Adderall, which has the levoamphetamine. But the main catabolic effects that they both have, and I stopped for a second because it's not a direct catabolic effect. They both decrease your appetite. And if you don't eat enough, you can't build as much tissue. So that's something to keep in mind, that's going to be the main detriment to your bodybuilding, is the decrease in appetite. Now, if you already eat plenty and you're fat, not a problem for you probably. But if you're a thin, skinny person and you're trying to build muscle, then you need to be eating. So yeah, long video describing the differences, all to say that they're about the same, but Adderall is going to have a little bit more direct catabolism. So I hope you liked this video. Hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about the medications, because I know I could have just spent 30 seconds and said Adderall is more catabolic than methylphenidate, take methylphenidate instead of Adderall. But I decided to tell you a bit about the medications. Another thing is the methylphenidate is not neurotoxic, whereas amphetamine is. And both of them could actually help you with bodybuilding because they're the best pre-workouts. People take shitty stimulants in their pre-workout supplements because these stimulants are only prescription. And the way our medical system works is you have to have certain conditions in order to get prescribed certain medications. I think it's stupid. I think it should be, hey, I want to take this medication for this reason, give it to me. Not, oh, we think your reason for wanting it isn't as good as his reason for wanting it. His desire to focus better is more important than your desire to have more energy in the gym. I think that is moronic and stupid and not right. Because the alternative is use less safe, less effective drugs in pre-workout supplements that are more likely to give you a heart attack, heart disease, stroke. They're not good. So if you have ADHD, you're lucky. You have the best pre-workout supplements that you can get. And they both can allow you to have more energy and to push harder in the gym. Hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe, hit the bell icon, leave some comments, share it with your friends, check out my other videos, check out my Instagram, natural_true_fitness, check out my website, which is far from done, but at least something is up, andrewhutchings.org. You can hire me for training. You can hire me for diet, supplements, not medical advice, but consolidation of medical information put in one place along with my opinion. A non-doctorally, non-biased opinion with no ulterior motives. And you can very soon you can buy my book on tendinitis if you want to get rid of your tendinitis, but if you don't, then do not buy it.